Hello everyone. Today we're going to be looking at chapter 10 in our book. It is Advanced Modeling Tools and Techniques. Okay, we're going to be looking at solid editing. We're going to be copying faces. We're going to use the extrude command with the taper angle. We're going to use 3D rounds and fillets. And we're going to use the shell command. Okay, if you look on page 10-6 in your book, we're going to start and we're going to make that shape. Use the rectangle command because we want this to be one entity. Okay, so that we can do our solid editing on it. Okay, make sure you draw it in the top layer, top view, and make sure that object is your current layer. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. Okay, we're going to go to the southeast isometric view. Okay, and we're going to take and we're going to extrude this. We do not need to use the region command because the polygon is a solid object, so we don't need to union it. Okay, so we're going to extrude it up, and we're going to extrude it up 0.625. Okay, so we have a shape like this. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this in 2D wireframe because it's much easier to see. Okay, what we're going to do with this oil pan is we're going to use an existing piece of the oil pan to create another piece of the oil pan and then another piece of the oil pan. Okay, so what we would like to do is we're going to copy this very top surface here. Okay, and we're going to use that to make the next layer. Okay, now obviously if I go to copy and I try to copy just that top layer, it's not going to work. Okay, so we're going to look at our solid editing tools. So I'm going to go up here to Tools, Toolbars, AutoCAD, and here you will see solid editing. Okay, and these are our solid editing tools. Okay, some of these you will recognize, like union, subtract, and intersect. Okay, and we have things we can do to the faces like delete faces, rotate faces. Okay, the one right here pretty close to the middle is copy faces. And we're going to copy that top face to make our next layer of our oil pan. So I'm going to pick copy faces. Okay, what we're going to do is just going to click inside of that face that we want. Okay, and you'll see that the face becomes highlighted. Okay, so that is what we're going to copy. I'm going to click somewhere. I'm going to copy it. I'll just pick a base point anywhere, and I'm going to copy it in the X direction. So at 20 inches, comma 0. Okay, so now we see that we have this little one right here, and I'm going to explode it so that we have separate entities. Okay, I am now going to offset 2 inches from every part of that object in. Okay, we're going to delete the outside edges, okay, the ones that we copied. I'll highlight all of those. Move a little slow today. Okay, and I'll delete those. Okay, now I'm going to extrude this part up. I'm going to go to region because we exploded it. And I will pick region, and I'll pick everything there. Okay, so now that is a region. I will extrude it. Now, this oil pan has been extruded on an angle, so it has a taper angle. Okay, so you'll see down here that it says taper angle. I'm going to pick on taper angle, and the taper angle is 10 degrees. Okay, I'm going to move it up, and I'm going to make it 4. Okay, so I moved it up 4 inches. I'm now going to take this one and I'm going to lay it on top of this one. Okay, I'm going to move it from the center of this corner or the center of this radius and put it in the center of this radius right here. Okay, so I'm going to go to move. I'm going to pick the object. I'm going to pick this center. Place it at the center. Okay, I'm not sure which one it is, so I'm going to right click, go to center. That way I'll pick this one and it'll pick the right one automatically. Okay, and I have it right where it belongs. Okay, alright, I'm going to take and I'm going to copy this top face, the same as we did on the bottom one. So I'm going to go to copy faces. I'm going to click in here. That one will get highlighted. I'm going to click enter. I'll pick a base point anywhere. And I'm going to copy it at 20, 0. And I will hit enter, enter, and exit. Okay. I'm going to explode it. Spell it. Okay, and I'm going to draw a line from the midpoint of this line to the midpoint of this line. Okay, and I'm going to trim this side away. Okay, and then I can delete this section right here. Okay, again, I'm going to make a region out of this. Grab it all. I'm going to extrude it. Okay, and again, I'm going to extrude it 10 degrees, and I'm going to extrude it up 2 inches. So, extrude, I'm going to pick this object here. I'm going to go to taper angle, which is 10 degrees again, and then I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to click on 2 inches. Okay, now since we have the third little piece to our puzzle here, we're going to take this little piece and we're going to put it on top of this one. We're going to take from the center of this radius and match it up with the center of this top radius here. Okay, so I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to move. Pick this object. I will pick the center of that radius. Okay, again, it's hard to kind of pick this one, so I'm going to shift right click. Go to center now, and I can just pick on that radius, and you'll see that the center finds it. So now I have that piece right where it belongs. Okay, I'm going to go to union, and I'm going to join those 3 pieces together. Right, like that. Okay, if I go and I pick hidden, for example, now you'll see that I have one object. If I take and rotate this guy around a little bit, okay, you'll see that I have a solid object. Okay, we're now going to take and we're going to put some fillets and rounds in it. Okay, we're going to use the fillet that is under solid. It allows us to create what's called a chain. okay, which makes it easier for us to pick what we want to fill it. So I'm going to go to solid. I'm going to go to, whoops, I'm going to put this back on wireframe because I might need to pick some of those. Okay, I'm going to go to fillet edge. Okay, I'm going to go to radius. The radius of this is going to be 0.75. Okay, I'm going to pick this line back here. It really doesn't matter where I start. Okay, and then I'm going to pick chain. Okay, when I pick this one, okay, it picks everything all around there. I can pick that guy, this one, this one, this one, and then this will pick all the way around. So you can see that it picks everywhere that I wanted to do it. I'm going to hit enter and enter. Okay, now we have this. I'm going to make another one. Okay, and this radius is going to be 0.625, I believe. Okay, we're going to pick this guy here. Now when we pick chain, this one works nicer. Okay, when I pick part of the next chain, okay, it goes all the way around. Okay, so now we're having something that's starting to look like our oil pan. If I go and I pick realistic, okay, you'll see that I've got the nice shape there. Okay, now sometimes these blue lines show up, don't worry about them. Okay, if I look around, you'll see that I have, okay, everything that I want. Okay, like I said, if we look at the bottom of this, we see that, again, this is a solid piece. Okay, we want this to be a hollowed out shell that is going to have a thickness of 1/4 of an inch. Okay, in order to do that, we we use the shell command. Okay, you want to make sure that you can see the underside of our oil pan, and then you'll see this command here, and that is shell. That converts the 3D solid into a hollow shell with the wall of, in our case, will be 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to pick on shell. Now it asks me to pick a 3D solid. I'm going to pick anywhere, and the whole thing will become highlighted. Now what it asks me to do is to remove the face. Okay, that is going to be what I use. I'm going to slice that away, and then the thickness will be applied everywhere else. Okay, so I'm just going to pick on this face because that's where I don't want that there anymore. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. It wants to know the distance, and the distance is 0.25. And I hit enter. And then I pick exit. Okay, and you'll see that now it made this really nice feature for us. Okay, where we have that completely hollowed out. Okay, that is pretty good. Okay, at least I like it. Now we're going to create some holes. We're going to create 3 down the 2 bottom and top edges, and then 2 on the left and the right side. Okay, in order to do that, I'm going to go to my top view. I'm going to go to top view, and I'm going to change this to 2D wireframe. Now, if you look at the book on page 1020 and page 1021, okay, they have a hole that's going to be down here somewhere, and a hole that's going to be over here somewhere. Okay, both of those are centered on this outside large radius. Okay, so that's going to give us our starting point so we can draw our circles. Okay, so I'm going to go circle, and I'm going to pick center radius because they specify the radius in the book. So I'm going to go to center radius, Shift right click, I'm going to pick from. I want that outside center, so I'm going to shift right click and pick center. Okay, I'll pick right there, and then I'm going to go at, and I'm going to move 0 in the X direction, comma, -3 in the Y direction. Okay, and then the radius is going to be 0.375. Okay, and there's my first hole. I'm going to draw another hole up here. Okay, so again, I'm going to go circle, center and diameter, or center and radius, excuse me. I'm going to go from, shift from the center of that same point. Okay, and this time I'm going to do at -3 in the X direction, comma 0 in the Y direction. Okay, hit enter, and then that radius is 0.375. And I'm going to hit enter. Okay, real quick, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to the southeast isometric view, and I'm going to extrude both of these up one. I'm going to go extrude, pick this one, that one, and then I'm going to copy them up one. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go back to my top view, and now I'm going to use the array command, and I'm going to array this guy so that I have 3 along here and 3 along here. So I'm going to go to rectangular array. Okay. And I'm going to pick just that circle and hit enter. Okay. Now I'm going to put in the columns 3. Okay. Between is going to be 4. Okay. Over here I'm going to have 2, and between I'm going to have 10. Okay. So when I click somewhere, you'll see that I have those 3 there and those 3 there. Okay, make sure associative is not on. I'm going to pick close array. Okay, I'm going to go back into array again. I'm going to pick this guy. Okay, and this time I'm going to make this one 2 rows. Okay, at 4 inches. And 2 columns at 14. And then close array. Okay, so now we have all the holes where we want them. Okay, we should have all the holes where we want them, so let's go to the southeast isometric view and take a look and see what we have. Okay, looks like we have a bunch of holes here, so hopefully they're all in the right spot. So I'm going to subtract, and I'm going to pick the oil pan, hit enter, and then I'm going to pick each one of the holes. And once I pick those, I'm going to hit enter. Alright, let's go to realistic view. Oops, that's hidden. Let's go to realistic. Okay, and let's move this guy around. Okay, and there we have our oil pan. Okay, so let's say that we would like to take a look at that in a drawing. Okay, we'll look at an isometric view because that'll be nice to look at. So I'm going to go to base. I pick for model space. I'm going to pick this guy, hit enter. I'm going to put it at layout 1. Okay, here's our layout 1. Okay, for orientation, okay, I'm going to pick bottom. I'm going to put this one here, and then here, and then slap one up here, kind of like that. Okay, and you'll see here that you don't see very much of the shape that's going on here because these radiuses are not showing. If I double click here, okay, you'll see edge visibility. Okay, and I want to put tangent edges on there. Okay, and now you can see where those edges are. I can then go, for example, take and pick visible lines. Okay, and there we have those. Okay, and there's what our drawing is going to look like. Okay, if I would just like to take a look at an isometric, okay, I can go here and go to layout. I can go to rectangular. I can put this here and get a more realistic shape. Okay, going here into my model space, pan this guy up a little bit, turn this one off. If I want to see the inside, okay, I can go here to free orbit. Okay, move this guy around a little bit so I can see a better view of it. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, and then pan up a little bit. Okay, if I want, I could change the color of my layer. The black might not look too good, so I go to object and I can change that and then maybe change it to gray. Okay, and there we have a nice isometric drawing of our oil pan. Okay, that just about wraps up chapter 10. I will see you later.